So I'm not gonna be long, guys. I just wanna talk to you about the post that I think that's the last post that we posted on this page. It's about telling your story. And like I said, not everybody is willing to tell their story. What I mean by that is, especially if you had like some type of trauma, self-destruction, something that happened to you and you have been hiding to society, even to yourself, um you, me, we might feel like we don't want to share it. That's the place where I was before, prior to writing my book. And if you haven't ordered my book yet, let me grab a copy. The Beast Inside of Me, you'll find the link in my bio. It's available in Amazon. If you type in my name, 𝘪𝗫, you'll find it. And that's another thing I also want to talk to you guys about. Because when you tell your story, people need to know who is behind the story. I remember when I was about to publish my book, I was battling with, should I put it on my name? Should I use a fictitious name? What do I do? Don't want people to know that it's me and things like that. And then I said, you know what? I'm just going to protect the identity of the people that were part of my life in the book. That's why I put their name as fictitious name. But my name, people around me, my friends, my family member, and everybody that knows me, they need to know, yes, this is my story. This is her. It's who she used to be. She's not that person anymore, but yes, this is her. Because what good it is to tell your story and to hide behind it. It's almost like you're still hiding. So nobody knows it's you. Nobody can like come to you. Either you cannot inspire people that are close to you. You cannot impact the people that are close to you. It's almost like you could have just keep it to yourself if you're gonna write it under a fictitious name. I remember it was a couple weeks ago at church. For those of you who don't know, if you haven't read my story, yes, I go to church. I grew up in church. But I didn't go away from church. I cannot say that I went away from church. I would mostly say that I was in church, but still being in the world. That was my life, and it's because of everything that happened to me. I end up self-destructing myself. You'll find all the details in my book. But after writing my book, it's almost like doing a therapy with myself. I was able to overcome certain things, almost overcome everything that happened to me in the past, and becoming a better person. And that's why it is important for you to tell your story as you are, with your name behind it. So what happened at church a couple of weeks ago is they were giving a testimony about somebody. Somebody sent their testimony, and they were telling us the testimony. But two things that happened with the testimony that made me feel odd. Felt like, what? First, while the preacher is giving the testimony, it was about a lady. She submitted the testimony, and it was about her past, how she used to live this life, self-destructive life, like I was. And I felt really connected with the story because everything they were describing about her past, where she been, what she been doing, and where she is now, I felt like it's also part of my story. So I felt really like connected with that person as I was listening to the testimony. But another lady behind me, every time they said what the late woman said that she used to do, she was like, ha! And they said something again that she used to do, mostly it's about a sexual life. Let me just tell you the truth. People in church, they don't want to talk about money. They don't want to talk about sex. But everybody want a baby or husband or boo. And everybody want money. But if a preacher go to the stand and start talking about money or sex, nobody want to hear it. They don't even want to say boobs at church. And I'm like, why not? How you want to call them then? Watermelon? Apple? What do you want to call them? The boobies? Yes, call them boobies. This is the butt. It's the butt. That's the name for it. It's in the anatomy. So let me calm down. Let's go back to the subject. So the woman behind me is like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, I guess an angel just fell off the sky. Or better yet, they just give birth to a baby. Because I believe angels know what's going on in the world. So maybe your baby, they just give birth to you. You don't know about sex. You don't know anything about life. So you just find out that there are people that are living this type of life. That's why you're so shocked. The second thing that really got to me was the person giving the testimony decided, not the person who sent the testimony, because some people will send their testimony and they will say they want to be anonymous. She said, I decide to keep this person anonymous for the sake of the person. Decided not to share the name of the person that sent the testimony. I don't think it's up to you to do that, because maybe that it was a woman that sent the testimony. Maybe she didn't feel bold enough to tell her family member or her close friend. There was a call coming on. Maybe she wasn't feeling bold enough or strong enough to tell her friends what she'd been through, but she knows that some of them might be listening, might be in the church or watching online, and they will hear the testimony. That's her way to share her story. Like me, that was my way to share my story. My sister, who used to come beyond my house all the time, she only read my story when she read my book. My best friends read my story when they read my book. I wasn't going to be sit around. What I was going to do, a community, make everybody sit around and then sit. There is no way I could have go to all the points that I went through it from the way I went through it in the book. You would have always skipped something or hide something, because you would be looking at the person, looking at their face, what they're thinking, and you'd be like, okay, I'm going to give them a little bit, but not too much. You know, when you're talking to someone, you're watching their reaction, and depending on their reaction, you decide, okay, I think they can handle this much. I don't think they can handle the whole thing. But it's in the book, sweetie. You better handle it. If you can handle it, then you put the book down. But it's there. And if I cannot impact you, I'll impact somebody else in the world, because there's 8 billion people in the world who need to hear these things so they can connect with us, so they can change. Because if I knew better, I would have done better. Me and my friends, we always talk about that. If we knew better, we would have done better. But we didn't know better. And when you don't know better, when you don't know something, you have no way to make a decision, because if you don't know right from wrong, wrong from right, you only know this. Whenever this doesn't go right, you're like, okay, then I guess I'm part of this side, so I'm going to stick with it. You understand? If you only know this, and this goes wrong, then you realize if this goes wrong, then when you find out that there was another way, which was the wrong way, you just decide to stay the wrong way, not knowing that there was another way around it. So that's what I mean by sharing your story, is to touch other people, to inspire them, to connect with people, because I like to follow people that inspire me, that I can connect with, relate with, like their story. You know, feel like what they've been through is something that I went through, or that's something that I'm striving. They're striving for something. They reach a level that I want to reach. They strive for something that I'm striving. Those are the things that I feel connected. And we all like that. We feel connected with people that are connected to us. And the last thing I want to say, which I put it on the post, is how somebody can love you if they don't know the real you. They will love the fake you. If you're always partying with your friend, watch. Just one day tell them, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not part of this life anymore. Watch if they'll still be your friend. That's serious. So which means that they only like you or love you for what you could bring to their life. It was a selfish love. It wasn't a true love. A true love will accept you to decide to change, or who you used to be. If they found out that you were in jail, You went to prison, you used to smoke weed, you used to do drugs, you used to have sex with multiple partners, you used to have sex with women, men, whatever. If they found out these things about you and they stick around, those are your true friends. The same way your true friends will be the one to tell you, girl, I don't like this hair in your head. It's ugly. If they don't like it for real, or if it's really ugly, and you have to accept it. You don't want people to always say, oh, you look pretty, oh, I like your shirt, and then you go outside and there was a button that wasn't, you know, your zipper is not really closed. They don't tell you nothing, but they know it. They're telling you, oh, you look good, and then they go around and tell your other friend, oh, she's so fat, oh my God, when is she gonna lose weight, when is she gonna change her diet? You don't want these people around you. They don't love you for real. They're not your true friends. I always say, I want people to love me for who I am. True love. I've been looking my entire life for true love. I believe in true love. And to have true love, you have to be true to others and to yourself. So that's what I meant. And like I said, if you have not ordered my book yet, click the link in my bio and get your copy. The Beast Inside of Me, My Weapon to Freedom. Order it. It's on Amazon. Or put my name, 𝘊𝗪𝗓, and get your copy today. Love you guys.